I know we are several weeks away from Mercury going into retrograde, but today is the day that I start prepping for Mercury going into retrograde. So normally what happens when everybody else starts to feel Mercury in retrograde, I've already been feeling it for 2 or 3 weeks. Hence, my computer's restarting. It has been crazy. I have had so many technical issues, and usually this is my sign that I have got to get ready for Mercury going into retrograde. And mine, like I said, usually starts about 2.5 to 3 weeks before everybody else. So here are a few things that I do. One of the first things I do is back up my computer systems. All of them. I have multiple hard drives. I have ones that I just hook up for this reason, download everything, and then put it off to the side. So if anything happens, I've got a hard copy of everything I've been working on. Second, I will go in to start up my newsletters, and I will start them between anytime before Mercury goes into retrograde until like a month or so after Mercury goes into retrograde, just so I have plenty of them. I will do a little bit of fixing or adjusting on there, changing the color patterns, or putting a few pictures in there that I know I'm going to be using. But what it's doing is opening up the energy already. So when I go into them in Mercury in retrograde, it's not I'm starting something new, which is a no-no during Mercury in retrograde. I'm completing something. I'm working on something. I'm bringing it to a completion state. So that can change the energy completely in what's going on. One of the next things I do is I start doing like my research in advance. So 2.5 to 3 weeks in advance of Mercury going into retrograde, any kind of technology that I'm going to be having to look up, make sure of, I check dates and times of new moons and full moons and all kinds of stuff like that. So any of that stuff, I'm going to try to do that in advance of that as possible. And then during Mercury in retrograde, I'm bringing all of that to a completion by doing the videos or talking about them on Thursday Night Live. So it makes it more of a completion than a beginning. One of the other things is when I am going into Mercury in retrograde, any travel that I'm going to be doing during that time frame, I start it in advance. Getting the hint of this, like, yeah, I start this in advance. So what I start doing is if there's a trip that I need to take or something I need to look at or something like that, in trip-wise, I will start all of that research in advance and kind of bringing that to a completion, because that can be really a great thing. So if I need to buy tickets or I need to buy airline tickets or change something or modify something, I will even start packing my luggage early so I get everything that I require in there and not get to the site and go, oh my gosh, I don't have this or I don't have that, whatever it was I needed. So these are a few things that I do to get ready for Mercury going into retrograde. And some retrogrades are a little bit stronger, some are a little bit easier to go through, and it really depends on what birth sign you were born under and what sign it's in than anything else. But I will tell you, prep early, prep often, and do more than you think you're going to need, because it'll make things so much easier in the long run. Happy Mercury in retrograde to you.